the former BC Liberal Party. A number of those people came over to the Conservative Party after the collapse of the BC Liberals, and then others that hew from a traditional Conservative base. And so it's going to be really interesting to see which of those two sides prevails in this race.
So we know that under John Rustad's leadership, the party actually emerged from obscurity to come within about 30,000 votes of winning the 2024 provincial election. But then after that, there was some fracture and he was forced out back in December. So can you talk a little bit about where the party is right now and what it needs to do to be reignited going forward?
Yeah. Well, first of all, the people were united under John Rustad until we had a highly controversial AGM here in British Columbia, where a number of members were suddenly barred from voting, and then other people were bussed in. It was done in a very high-handed and egregious manner, and I think that was the start of the undoing of John Rustad's leadership. And because some of those people that pulled that stunt are still involved with the party at a senior level, there are concerns of, like, is this going to be a totally honest and transparent election? So every candidate's going to be watching for that. But the great unifying factor for Conservatives is, of course, David Eby and the NDP. We've seen property rights come under attack. There's the ongoing refusal to let Alberta have a pipeline. So things where they see serious economic damage being done to not just the province, but the country. And so I think for everyone that is to the right, the center and the right of the NDP, I think that acts as a great unifying force amongst a group that otherwise would have separated into Liberal and Conservative camps.
And so who do you think right now is the front runner?
Well, my personal analysis based on discussions with the grassroots of the party is that Carrie Lynn Finley has a very strong chance of getting it. But of course, because it's a preferential ballot system, it all depends on where those second, third, and fourth choices are. I think, my gut feeling is that if it was first past the post, she'd have it. But it all depends on how those numbers are added up. And like I said, there's going to have to be some significant scrutiny so that everyone is confident that whoever won legitimately won, and then that's going to make it easier for everyone to unite behind that candidate.
Okay, very interesting. Well, we should get the results later tonight, so we'll be watching for those. Thanks so much, Michael.
Thank you.
That's political consultant Michael Gagan. Thanks for joining us.